Yes, everyone. Hey, guys, tonight, a 20 years old who built his own country. We're going to take a look at that. Trump's fitness resolution. We'll take a look at that as well. And also, a most amazing thing that I've seen so far, an African tribe claiming Scotland, a place in Scotland. And we're going to look at that as well. And a victim mentality that sometimes you see things and you wonder, where are we going in this day and age? We're going to look at that as well. Also, we take a look on a viral video that's going really, that is, how can I say, is blowing up on the internet so far. It's about reparation debate on the surrounded platform. We take a look at that as well, and I want to hear what you guys think about that as well. Let's see which one. We're going to end it, of course, with our viral video. As always, we'll take one of our viral videos from social media, and we end it on a high note, on the laughter, and just an encouraging. So tonight is pure gold. Tonight's show is going to be marvelous. It's going to be great. So starting with we call it le topic du jour, our first topic d'aujourd'hui, du jour, and it's a topic, the boy who built a country. So as we just look at the images on the screen right now, the first image just shows us a particular boy called, what is his name? Daniel Jackson. So Daniel Jackson is now 20 years old, but he acquired this land, or claimed, maybe that's the word, this land when he was 16 years old. And now he's 20 years old. He's an Australian and literally founded his own nation. If you ever had a story like this, you say, no, these guys are trolling. But I'm telling you, this is so true. So Daniel Jackson founded his own country. He created his own country, and he called it the Free Republic of Verdis. The Free Republic of Verdis, sitting on a 125 acres between Croatia and Serbia. And this guy has had so many people applying for citizenship in his country because he proclaimed himself the president. And he has like 1,000 of people applying for citizenship. And right now he only has 400 citizens. And he has raised about $50,000 in 48 hours online just by asking, just by posting his need and saying he's in need of a little bit of help. And the people already donated $50,000. This represents a generation rejecting really authority, or you can say a generation looking for alternative ways of living. Because the young man, show me the next video, because the next image shows us that same right there, 20 years old man discovered and claimed the territory and declared himself its president. And on screen, yes, thank you very much. You can see Republic Verdis. So, and the images on your left, down my right, on your left, down on the corner, bottom corner, is an image where a police officer of which country was that? Of Croatia, not Serbia, but Croatia, came to evict them from that place. But he claimed that they have no authority because the different country altogether is not part of Croatia, is not part of Serbia either. So he found the country and claimed, he decided to claim it. He made his own flag. And you can see on the image, he has his own passports, diplomatic passports in red, and a citizenship passport in blue. So, and it is crazy. I love the initiative. I love his heart. And I was going to see if I could show, let me see if I can find, before you show it on the screen, let me see if I can find a little video of himself. Yes. Let's just show this little video of himself explaining a little bit about his situation because he is in the plane being what? Being evicted, being sent back to his country. Oh my God. It is amazing, actually. I'm laughing, but it's really amazing story to think about. Well, let me just play this for y'all. There you go.
5613, going to London Stansted.
Yep, this is me being removed from Croatia. You're probably wondering how I got in this situation. Back in 2019, a group of people, including myself, created a country called the Free Republic of Verdis. We were able to do this
My goodness, forgive the buffering.
as neither Croatia or Serbia claimed this land, as they both wanted a larger piece of land on the other side of the Danube River. This allowed us to proclaim Verdis, with it being rightful to the land under international law, as it is the oldest active claimant. But things didn't properly take off until mid-2022, when we started to push for a permanent settlement. During this time, we have received support from a number of politicians, political parties, non-government organisations, and a bunch of coverage in the media. We have also been providing and assisting with humanitarian aid in Ukraine and a large amount of surveying of land in Verdis itself in preparation for the permanent settlement, which started last month and was quickly ruined by Croatian authorities, but we'll get to that later in the video. So now that you know a bit about Verdis, we're going to start our story.
I don't know what's happening with this video because it's turning black and
in Dover, England.
let me see. Let me just go back a little bit.
Amount of surveying of land in Verdis itself in preparation for the permanent settlement, which started last month and was quickly ruined by Croatian authorities, but we'll get to that later in the video.
So basically, here is the place where the Croatian authority came to evict them. They got fined as well, and they got pushed out. So, but according to international laws, Croatia has no authority at this particular ground because ground is unclaimed. It's not part of Croatia, nor is it part of Serbia. So the boy is suing also for that, obviously. So let's listen a little bit further.
So now that you know a bit about Verdis, we're going to start our story in Dover, England last month, where we were preparing to take one of our boats down to Verdis for the permanent settlement. On the 8th of October, we took the ferry to Calais, where some of the team would drive it down and meet the rest of us there. I had to join the crossing in Calais, as the boat was under my name, but I would later take a plane the next day. Waiting at customs was very tedious and slow due to the paperwork, but the team was let in and on their way.
Manuel, myself, Ines, I'm the supervisor on the cabin together with who I know in.
On the 9th of October, another member of the team and I boarded a flight to Osijek, where we would spend a few days before meeting the rest of the team upon their arrival in Osijek. There were some delays due to issues on the road with the trailer, but eventually we all got there and we prepared to begin the permanent settlement for Verdis. On the 12th of October, we took the vessel to Almash, where we prepared to put it in the water and get started on the journey to Verdis. Due to an issue with one of our engines, we had to switch to a slightly less powerful engine that was only 5 horsepower, and as we were going up the Danube, this meant that it was going to be extremely slow. It took about 2 hours to go 10 kilometers and we arrived in dark. So we have just landed in Verdis. We're currently...
So yeah, guys, basically, I just don't want to go through all this video. It's 6 minutes, and we might not have 6 minutes of time to deal with it. But I just want to move on to a place where you explain. Authorities took our phones. Okay, here is where they were pushed out. And he explained where Verdis is. Because Duvan, okay, Dunav. So what's the name of this river? It's called something... Dunav. So it's... yeah. So basically, his country is not showing properly on the map. It's on the riverside next to Serbia and Croatia. So the boy is a genius. I mean, he saw a loophole, he took action, and he built his own nation. So moving on, oh God, just show us the other screen, please, because just put me first screen so I can look something up for our viewers, because latest updates from these young juniors, a latest update. But there's also news articles about this story. It is amazing. So it is really developing at the moment. Let me see if this will be the story, if my computer will permit us to look at this. This is a specific article before you show it. Yeah, just show our viewers this one I'm looking for. We would love to enter Eurovision. The boy used saw some unclaimed land and founded his own country. So he also claiming that his country want to be participating in Eurovision. That's a very smart move. Why? Because if and when he gets to participate in Eurovision, what's going to happen is that he's going to be recognized as a country by Europe. And on that particular moment, he is going to have legitimacy as a country. So Daniel Jackson was just 14 when he and his friends saw a strip of forest between Serbia and Croatia, and they decided to claim it. Now 20, he is the president of Verdis, but has been forced to live in exile. A 20 years old boy president forced to live in exile. So now at the moment, actually the story goes that at the moment they are they're in the UK at the embassy of Croatia. They are doing protests against the Croatian authority for pushing them out of the country. The young man has more than 1,500 people applying for citizenship in his country. And they gave people passport. He gave people passports. And he advised people not to use those passports when traveling internationally. But guess what? Some people claim that they've traveled with Verdis passports and they were able to board a plane or able to thrive. Jackson, 20, was born in Australia to British parents and lived in Melbourne until he was 17. He was only 14 when he and a group of friends decided they wanted to do something that was unique. Imagine, I want to do something that is unique. What is that? Other people find a new job, other people go and invent something, but he decided to create a country. Isn't that marvelous? While most others their age were scrolling TikTok, Jackson was and his friends, some from Southeast Europe who had met online, some from Worldly Christians College, the Melbourne private school he attended, scored maps and discovered unclaimed strips of forest that fell outside the border. So basically, I think next week, this Friday, I might go deeper in the story because what he's doing, it sounds unique, but particularly it is not as unique as you might think because there are also many other individuals who started years ago also having sort of like in the same situation in the land. I even know somebody who is fighting with the government for legitimacy for the past 10 years, trying to get his land recognized. So this is, please bring him back on the screen. This is the young boy in question. It was a bit of an experiment. We wanted to do something unique, and I thought, let's make it a reality. So this is the president of Verdis. This is not the son of the president. If you're just joining us, we're not talking about the son of the president. We're talking about the president himself. And this is the president of Verdis. So, beloved viewers, if you have questions, if you're wondering, what is this really true? Or is this just a troll? The guy claimed he's not a troll. He's serious about his claims to be the president of Verdis. And he hoped that he will go back to his country very soon if the government of Croatia will allow him to do that about that, just that. So I'm looking at it in the chat. It gives someone to create a country. What benefit does it give someone to create a country? What benefits does it give someone to create a country? Well, he claimed it is not about power. He doesn't want power. So he said as soon as they will go back in his country, what he would like to do, he would like to create he would like to remove himself from the office and create a Republican process of an election where people can choose who's going to be the next president. So right now he has his own cabinet, ministers of foreign affairs, he has his own security, people in police, and they are looking for citizens who have certain qualification to get citizenship in Verdis. So if you apply for citizenship in Verdis, you're not going to get it just because you apply, because their goal is to have people with a particular skill set to be able to become citizens in Verdis. So now let's see if we can hear from him, because this is the recent post of 50 weeks ago. No, I don't want that. There's a recent post that he posted about the 50K. Maybe we can listen to this one and see if I will play, if my computer will allow us to play it. then we can play this. So the benefits of having his own country, literally, I think, is just that freedom it offers. Because when I hear stories, yeah, there are many things that a country must abide to, must be able to achieve for it to be recognized as a country for the rest of the world. I mean, you need to have your own ecosystem, your own way of finances. Right now, they're using euros as currencies. They use euros. It's not recognized by Europe, so it cannot really benefit from that. But since this is not working, this computer is acting up a little bit. Get it off screen. Let's move on to our next topic du jour. The next topic du jour, guys, is a marvelous. If you can think about when Joe Biden was president, or even when Obama was president, and you're trying to compare their HHS secretary of Joe Biden, excuse me, or the Secretary of Health of Joe Biden, or the Secretary of Health of Trump, and compared to those today. So the next video, Donald Trump decided to initiate an initiative to promote health and be able to encourage individuals in the U.S. to become healthy. They're encouraging people to become healthy. So a video is about RFK Jr. and the Pete Hegseth. They're challenging themselves or challenging other people into becoming healthy. They call it the Pete and the Bobby Challenge. It's exploding 100 push-ups and 50 pull-ups in about 10 minutes. They did it in less than 5 minutes, but Pete Hegseth is 45 years old, and RF Kennedy is 71, both completing it live. This isn't just fitness, it's leadership by example. Indeed, and we're gonna play our next video that shows you exactly that, leadership by example. Let's go into it.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1.
And they're doing it together with military
Hi, I'm Robert F.
men
Kennedy
and women.
Jr. You're HHS Secretary. I'm here with Secretary Hegseth from the Department of Defense. And we had our big Pete and Bobby challenge today. 50 pull-ups, 100 push-ups. You try to get under 5 minutes. How'd you do?
We got close. I was about 5:25. You were right behind me.
We had a couple of Marines here.
One beat 3 minutes, a couple beat 4 minutes. Pretty impressive.
It was President Trump who inspired us to do this. This is the beginning of our tour, challenging Americans to get back in shape, eat better, but also you need to get out and exercise. And we have a challenge. There's another cabinet member who we hoped would show up today. We told him there was a cabinet meeting here. But anyway, we want to send out a challenge to Sean Duffy to come and do this.
So Secretary Duffy, you're invited to do the Pete and Bobby challenge. Can you do it in under 5 minutes? 50 pull-ups, 100 push-ups. What do you think?
If you can do it under 5
You
minutes,
can beat 6 minutes, you can be part of this.
beat you guys.
And yes, thank you, President Trump, for setting the example. Presidential physical fitness, make America healthy again. Fit, not fat. We're going to have a war-fighting force with young men and women who are prepared to defend the nation. We're doing it as a team. Join us. Appreciate you. Absolutely.
Produced by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
If you remember the former HHS secretary in the U.S., how he looked like, I don't even know if I have an image of that. Oh my goodness, only if my computer would just do what it's supposed to do today. Wouldn't that be great, y'all people? I'm telling you, I would have showed you some great information. So my computer is acting up. Why? Only God knows. We just pray. But anyway, so this is such a powerful initiative in the U.S. because for most of us who knows about the American society, we see where the struggle is real. We see the how can I say, the unhealthiness of many people, especially many people in power, many people in a position of authority. You see a police officer running after a kid. I'm telling you, the easiest thing would just be to put him on a mountain, let him roll. Then you just see him rolling. I mean, I'm telling you, they're hating. So it is crazy because most of these people are, I don't even know how they passed their training to become officers or whatever. Because, dude, if they just drop their phone, it takes like a good 5 minutes before they can pick it up. That's how much struggle is real. Then they come a president like Trump, who says, "No, what? I want to put initiative in the country where I implore people and motivate people, and starting with leaders, to be fit, to be strong, to show that our country is a country of leaders that lead by example. It's not just about fitness, but it's about really leadership, and the leadership starts from the top. So I'm impressed, I'm encouraged, I'm in awe, and I love this initiative. So you guys drop in the comments what you think about the initiative that has been initiated by the President of the United States, and the initiative is called the Pits and Barbie Challenge. It is crazy. Now, we're moving on in our topic du jour number 3. Number 3. Topic du jour number 3. La numéro 3. The Kingdom of Kubala. Guys, 2025 is a year that none like other. It's a year where people are coming up with ideas that are beyond, that are from outside of the world. I'm telling you, 2025 is a year like none other. So I'm looking at this story. I was looking into this story, the Kingdom of Kubala. And the Kingdom of Kubala, it shocked Scotland, because Kingdom of Kubala, Scottish Forest News. What can I say? An African tribe with a king Atene. Hey, an African tribe with a king. His name is Atehene, King Atehene, 36 years old, and his queen Nandi has set up in a Scottish borders forest, claiming to reclaim Highland land stolen. 400 years ago. This is a crazy. This reminds me of the story in the US about reparation. Maybe we'll look at it next. And this is about an African tribe claiming an Highland land stolen 400 years ago. Forests near Jedburgh, Scottish border, my goodness, reclaiming ancestral Highland territory. Let me see. Kyra, missing American, found living there. So this woman was missing in the U.S. Cora Tyler from Texas found living with them. Local response, Americans, vigilance and eviction attempt. This story is exploding across all platforms. Indeed. So let's check out this video. You see how they're living. Now, forgive me for the bad quality of the video. It's the best video I could find out there, but I just wanted to share this story with you all. Check this next video about the Kingdom of Kubala. Excuse me.
Is that your name? So we just wanted to come and speak to you and to see what's been happening, how you feel, what you're doing here.
We are Kubala, and we are a tribe of people.
King.
Our tribe
Turn it up, please.
used to be in this land 400 years ago. Our tribes were deported from this land during the time of Elizabeth I and Oliver Cromwell. We were deported to Jamaica, Haiti, Trinidad and Tobago, Suriname. Some also went to Brazil. Some of them went to Ghana. This recorded history of the Blackamoors of Scotland has been hidden and is not taught to many. about the existence of the tribes who used to be in the Highlands in Scotland. But knowing this history of our ancestors sent us on a pilgrimage of re-identifying ourselves and finding our homes where we used to be. Since this undeniable history is recorded, and if one digs, they can find, we felt belonging to come to Scotland again, the place we have always been. And it always begins at the borders. You can't enter Scotland without going through the border. Hence, we chose the Scottish borders to come. Jedburgh. We settled on the mountain and
So there you have it, guys. The kingdom of Kubala. Please just put it on the screen next to me. I want people to see the king of Kubala. Hey, I keep pronouncing this wrong. I hope they don't sue me. The kingdom of Kubala. It's gonna come after me. It's like sue me for defamation or whatever. But hey, I'm so sorry. It's new to me, King, Your Royal Majesty. I acknowledge that your authority. This is no trolling. This is no joke. This looks like it's no trolling. I promise you. These guys are serious. They've been living. How can you call this trolling, people? You two. Look at the guy how serious he is. The guy's been living outside for so long. You think he'll lose weight, but he's not. He's very serious. He looks good. He looks like he's a royal servant, and the queen next to him. Dude, you're sitting on the seat, and your wife is sitting on the ground, being eaten by insects. This king stuff that you people are into. Can you believe it? This woman, she's sitting on the ground, and he's sitting there. Yeah, of course, I no wonder why you're gonna be a king. Before you know it, he's gonna say like, I'm representing the bloodline of David. I need my 300 concubines. God forbid. Guys, allow me to introduce to you the king of Kubala. His name, Royal Majesty, what is his name again? My goodness. Let me just look at my notes so I can find the name of the Royal Majesty. Please don't sue me because I did not know you. His Royal Majesty, King Atehene. He's 36 years old. And his Royal Queen, what's her name again? Nandi. Did these guys been watching Wakanda? Anyway, guys, that's amazing story. Look into it. If you see it online, just let us know as well what you think about this kingdom of Kubala. Kubala, somewhere in Scotland. And funny enough, the authority kind of like entertain this. They allow it because they're camping. They have their tents and everything there. I just don't know why they do their business, but I'll leave that to them to figure it out. Okay? And the missing woman, Kaura Tyler from Texas, found living with them. So if they say a missing American found there, doesn't mean she left without reporting her whereabouts, and probably her visa is overdue, but she's living in her kingdom with her king. So may God look over you. And there's a video I did found also concerning this kingdom, but since my system seems to be doing what it's supposed to do, if I find it, I'll show you, but I don't think I can find it. So maybe I'll talk a little bit about it also as well on Friday. So yeah, remind me all to, if you think it's important for me to talk about this story. So let's move on to our next story du jour. L'histoire du jour. So the story du jour, we leave the kingdom of Kubala behind, applying for citizenship. So there is this also trend that is going online concerning a victim mentality. This assurance coming, there's this assurance coming, and that is been going on. And actually, I was a bit oblivious also about this particular story. And based on the research, results to multiple viral dashcam videos showing insurance scam attempts. And here's another story of a victim who is I was gonna say mental, but mentality gone wrong with it. And if you're not filming these things, I'm telling you, I promise you, if you're not filming this thing and you are a man, when you explain it to your authority, they will almost not believe you. I'm telling you, without a shadow of a doubt, they almost don't believe you. So because this story, they are so crazy, they are so insane that you might wonder what's going on here. And this is the particular story of a woman who claimed that she was biking and the car hit into her. So she is asking for the owner of the car for the insurance information. And the owner of the car could not, though the situation was serious, but the owner could not take it seriously. So he kept on laughing. And every time he comes to his amazement and realized the woman really serious. And he just couldn't believe what he's saying. So please play the video.
Oh my God.
Turn it up.
And this woman just, I hope she didn't hit my car, bro. The way that
she crashed into the car.
Trying to do wheelies. I don't know what she was doing, but she was swerving around, yeah? And now, hey, hello? Yeah, hello? What are you doing? Yeah, you fell, right?
No, I crashed. Your car crashed to me.
The car crashed to you? You know, that's my car.
No, your car.
Yeah?
I cycle and it crashed on me.
The parked car crashed onto you?
I got hurt.
Yeah, but the car is parked.
I fell.
You hit my car? Insurance, but the car is parked.
You need to give because I heard.
What about my car? Did you scratch it?
Your car scratched. My bike hurt.
My car scratched
My
your
bike
bike.
hurt.
No, you're the one riding the bike like an idiot.
No, see.
You don't even know how to ride a bike, and you crashed into the car.
Damage.
You damaged my car. The car is parked.
It broke.
Yeah, but you hit the car.
No, car hit me. Car hit bike. I need insurance details now, sir.
Insurance are you crazy? You've lost your. I'm laughing
You're laughing because I heard.
You're trying to do like an insurance scam on me. Like, what are you doing?
No, I need details. That is how it works. You need to give me your details. Because
I don't need to do any. I need to get your details so that you can sort out my car if you scratched it. And
I need to know your details.
no, you don't need to know anything. I need. Call the police for what you hit. How are you hitting it? The car's parked. The car hurt you and the bike. The parked car with nobody in it hurt you. How is that
Look at
possible?
One point she's standing straight, the other point she's.
No, you don't.
Look at her face expression when she
Listen,
realized
I've
the guy.
seen everything.
I've seen everything.
I've seen everything now. This is ridiculous.
Not funny. You bad person.
This is Sunday afternoon. You've got no better things to do.
I cycled to my house and you
Crash.
I crashed. You hit me. No, you hit the car. You crashed into a parked car and you're trying to get my insurance details for what reason? To make a claim. But it's your fault. You're in the wrong. You crashed into a parked object.
She couldn't believe
So
it.
look, if you hit a tree, were you gonna ask for the tree's insurance details as well? No, because you're not an idiot. Oh my.
Leave it like that. So, what do you all think about this? Because this is happening often than you think, where people. I saw a video of somebody who was driving, and this lady, she came running. She jumped on the car, and then she fell on the ground. The guy stopped, and then the guy just points his finger on the camera, and the lady realized he was being filmed, so she just stood up and walked away. This is so crazy because the car is parked. She comes on the bike. She's doing some trick, whatever. She falls on the car, and then she claims the car crashed into her. Somebody help make sense out of this. It's mind-boggling. I don't know. Anyway, in the same victim mentality, in the same complaining about everybody else has to attend to my needs because I was hurt by you in the years past, I was hurt by you. Let's look at the story that is really rampaging the internet right now. And this is crazy. And this particular story, I just love it. Why? Because you have a liberal, woke-minded, a famous so-called artist called Amanda Seales. Maybe some of you have seen this on TikTok. And if you don't follow us on TikTok, I've posted about it already on our TikTok. And Amanda Seales here got cooked. She got cooked very, 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 very well. Salt and pepper was added on top by a young boy. And not only this young man cooks her, but we'll move on to the next story of another person that cooked her. So this Vox activist, she is a black, she got cooked by a black conservative in her reparation claim. So check this video out. I'm so curious about what y'all think.
You can give everyone here like a $50,000 check, especially people that are in the streets who are committing violent crimes consistently. A $50,000 check, it's not going to fix anything. It's not going to increase the median household income in the next 10 years by 10% or 20%. For example, we have the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882. We prevented Chinese people from getting citizenship and even entering the country. We discriminated against them and basically put them under apartheid, even here in the United States. Yet they have the highest median household income. How is that possible? How come they don't complain and feel entitled consistently to beg for reparations and beg for this when they are killing each other 90% of the time, which is the rate that black people kill each other, according to the FBI?
Oh, young Matt.
Yet white people are the oppressors.
I'm not sure where your education came from, but they lied to you.
Stats don't lie, though.
Statistics lie all the time. So let's start there, particularly when the statistics are coming from the sources that gain from the statistics being shown a different way. So if you're going to start your argument on stats don't lie, you've already lost the argument. They lie all the time. One, comparing Chinese people who are immigrants that made a choice to come to the United States and comparing the continued effort of black people to ground themselves in a nation that continues to make impediments for them to show and live and exist in their true citizenship is a false equivalency.
I don't believe that happens at all. No one here is in.
Are you acting right now? Do you really believe
I'm telling the truth. There's no systemic racism that I've experienced here in America. What system is racist? I think the only racism we've actually seen recently, systemic racism that we've seen, is the application of systemic racism against white people. The University of Western Washington, for example, has been trying to segregate dormitories, using black-only dormitories because black people feel safer amongst each other. But they're more likely to kill each other than white people are ever to kill them. That's just the truth. You have King Von rapping about killing other black men. Why should I think that the white man is the oppressor when black men are more likely to kill me?
Oh my God, this is scary. You need to think about me as your mama. Do not talk to me in that fashion.
Wait, pause it.
So let's check that now.
Pause it right there.
Okay. So
viewers, you're watching this. How did this young man talk to her? This woman has this higher authority complex of thinking like, she's debating young men. Young man has been so polite with her. And because she could not address what this young man just addressed and debunked in her, she's like, I want to undermine him and say, you need to think of me like your mama. Well, lady, you're 45 years old. Probably you don't even have a child on this young man's age. I don't know. But seriously, please continue playing the video before I start.
On a basic level, we have to understand that systemic racism is grounded in the realities that black people have not been considered an equal human being in this country since its onset. So there's simply no way to make the argument that there isn't systemic racism, and we have seen in very clear ways the system operate in an organically racist way. Do not cut me off.
This is just insane. I want to let you guys, by God's grace, I'm praying for the computer. I want to let you guys hear on what Officer Tenem said about this particular lady in her response, because My response to her is crazy. And I'm not an American, but all these things of reparation, listen, slavery started by black people and Arabs. Black people sold fellow black people. When the whites, people, if you call them white, because I don't believe anybody is black or white anyway, but just for the sake of differentiating between these two group of people, when the Caucasian, let's say that, when the Caucasian saw that's complicated because how do you call people in Africa then? Because there's also people Caucasian in Africa. Oh my God, this is so crazy. Black people, when the Caucasian made the black people in Africa, they sold them and they realized that the black people in Africa were selling their own individual, their own people. So they start buying. If you are selling, I can buy. Then we end up all in Africa, all these reparation people. But do you know who are the first people to fight against slavery? They were not the black people. They were British people. Let's play this. Show me this other screen for Officer Tedem, what he's saying to this lady here. And make sure I mute it.
In an organically racist way. Do not cut me off. When we talk about systemic racism, we can start with even the fact that redlining, which was implemented to discriminate black communities, are you shaking your head that redlining doesn't exist?
No, I'm saying I don't think it really existed at all.
Okay, I'm not going to explain redlining because I think Officer Tedem will want to explain what redlining is.
So it does exist, and stating that it doesn't exist.
Here's the fact check that's on the screen right now.
They don't complain and feel entitled consistently to beg for reparations and beg for this when they are killing each other 90% of the time, which is the rate that black people kill each other, according to the FBI.
Oh, young Matt.
Yet white people are the oppressors.
I'm not sure where your education came from, but they lied to you.
Stats don't lie, though.
Statistics lie all the time. So let's start there, particularly when the statistics are coming from the sources that gain from the statistics being shown a different way.
Yeah, the sources that's not in your favor. That's what she's saying. Let's just move on because this is an interesting story because in America, this is going crazy all the time.
On a basic level, we have to understand that systemic racism is grounded in the realities that black people have not been considered an equal human being in this country since its onset. So there's simply no way to make the argument that there isn't systemic racism, and we have seen in very clear ways the system operate in an organically racist way. Do not cut me off. When we talk about systemic racism, we can start with even the fact that redlining, which was implemented to discriminate black communities, are you shaking your head that redlining doesn't exist?
No, I'm saying I don't think it really existed at all. I mean, no, I don't think so at all.
So it does exist, and stating that it doesn't exist.
Here's the fact check that's on the screen right now. It says redlining is the practice of denying mortgage to those who live in neighborhoods considered risky. Lenders targeted black and immigrant communities in urban areas. The practice was outlawed in 1964. The Jubilee's testimony to this is not true. It is not true. Go. I employ every single person that's watching this. Go and do your research about redlining. And I did a whole thing about this. But the redlining that they claim now wasn't even in practice back when they claimed redlining was happening. They had high-risk areas which the government supported more than other areas. They listed areas as red areas that were higher risk, and in many government programs, except for one, allotted more money for black people, gave them more benefits to buy homes in red areas. So the redlining technically out of 3 government companies or 3 government campaigns, you could say, only one showed discriminatory behavior against black people. The other 2 helped people and disproportionately helped black people in red areas. Now, let's put this in perspective, and you can look this up. In these red areas, that's why they called it redlining, because it was areas that needed more help. There were more white people that lived in the red areas than black people did. So when they talk about redlining, they were redlining based on poverty numbers. More white people were in the redline areas than blacks. Why are they not talking about that? Then when you look at it as well, they disproportionately helped the black people who were in the red areas more so than the ones who were outside of the red areas. So when you go and look at redlining, you say that's not the totality of circumstances. It wasn't just that lenders said we're not going to lend to black people. They were high risk areas that people that could not afford to pay the lending money. And so they were risk averse to giving certain loans to these people. But the government stepped in and helped them. And it's only one. I wish I had the stuff in front of me. I don't remember all the names. But if you go and look it up, there was one government program that did discriminate. And it was proven discrimination. That's one. The other two campaigns were all effectively helping black people who had homes to help them refinance and remortgage their home or refinance their homes. And it was other programs that help black people get homes for the first time. And so there's a lot of stuff in there that I think that they are not articulating clearly. Wrote a clip.
Exists doesn't make it no longer exist. Redlining absolutely exists. It is not something that's being made up. It's an empirical fact. And there are realities that exist because of redlining. We know that school systems are related to the way that property taxes are affecting the school systems.
I think you might think like this information is too deep, man. What does that do with me? But you never know why God is exposing you to this information today. Because one thing I've learned in life, whenever God is exposing you to something, pay attention. Because one day you will say, I wish I had listened when Glory was showing us this. But I want to move on to get off this topic because this next debater was able to really, really deal very well with her. And I love the way he started. He says, you know what? We're probably the same age, so you're not going to be telling me. I like it. You're not going to be telling me to this and that. But then he found out the guy is 36, he's 45. Of course, he's like, yeah, I'm 45, you're 36. So it's very, very interesting here.
But just go ahead. We'll watch this clip, and then I'm going to get to the redlining thing.
Oh, what's that on your chain?
This is corn from Israel.
Lord have mercy.
Yes, you got it.
What's wrong with a man wearing a corn from Israel? You'll find out very soon.
Oh.
That's a choice that you are making for yourself.
Yes. The thing with the whole reparations thing, and I don't know, we're probably close to the same age, so maybe you can't call me.
How old are you?
I'm 32.
You see that I say that, and then she had to find out, is this true?
I am 44.
I am 44.
Really? Oh, you look young.
Thank you. That's what water and keeping stress out of your life will do.
Really? Liberal positions are real stressful.
By the way, I wouldn't know. I'm not a liberal. Carry on.
Well, it's the liberal position because conservatives believe in hard work. We believe in going to work and working for what you got, not asking for handouts from people who never had slaves. Some of the people that you're asking for money from never had slaves. And let's talk about the fact there were also black people that had slaves. So if you want to talk about that, how is that fair? If I'm a white person and my family fall on the side of the Union, why should I have to pay for slaves when this whole country was never all racist?
Come on.
Some of the founding fathers were abolitionists, and they hated slavery. And they actually put things in the Declaration of Independence and things too, because they believed that there would be a future where there would be a black president one day, or that there would be people in leadership that were black. There was people in the North who helped with the Underground Railroad and fought with the Union. So why is that fair for people who never had slaves, who fought against slavery, to have to pay for people that had slaves?
One, from my understanding, you are more interested in preserving the fairness of those who didn't have slaves than the fairness of those who are the descendants of slaves.
Wrong.
That is priority to you than finding a fair way to accommodate those who have been the descendant of slaves.
Well, our ancestors wasn't asking for handouts. They were asking for equal opportunity. And we have equal opportunity in this country. We had a black president, just in case you didn't know.
If you listen, he said literally, our ancestors wasn't asking for handouts. They were asking for equal opportunity. And there is equal opportunity in the U.S. today. Because then the point he made, he said, last time, I don't know if you know, this is also very hilarious punch without punching really. He said, I don't know if you know or realize we've had a black president. And the last time I checked also, he said, we also had a black vice president. At least that's what I think, because she claimed she was black.
President, and we had a black vice president. I think she was black. They said she was black. I don't know. So we had
sneaky punch.
a black president, and you know who voted for that black man?
Most
White people. Because you can't win a popular election in this country without white people. So Barack Obama is the product of white people. So let's get off this thing where, oh, America is so racist. What's making America so racist is people that continue to talk about racism and continue to focus on racism instead of focusing on unity and bringing our country forward. People that have this liberal mindset are infecting our communities, black people, and making us victims and not victors. I refuse to embrace a victim mentality because that's not what our grandparents and Harriet Tubman and those people fought for. They fought for equal opportunity.
Do not bring up Harriet Tubman's name in vain.
That's a weird statement, if you understand, if you will. She said, do not bring Harriet Tubman's name in vain. That is such a profound statement, because if you understand what that means, that is always referred to the name of the Lord. The name of what? Of the Lord. Not, anyway, listen. Let me just go back so you don't miss the point of what he made here.
Our communities, black people, and making us victims and not victors. I refuse to embrace a victim mentality because that's not what our grandparents and Harriet Tubman and those people fought for. They fought for equal opportunity.
Do not bring up Harriet Tubman's name in vain, baby, please.
They said the Lord's name in vain. The Lord's name.
Harriet Tubman was literally saving her family and others from slavery.
Supported by white people.
You know who helped her? White people.
You know who helped her?
They were on the Underground Railroad.
No. You know who helped?
Harriet Tubman, for those who doesn't know, directly rescued more than 60 people and provided assistance to dozens of others. During her journey to freedom, Harriet Tubman received help from free and enslaved African Americans and whites, including the quarters. Come on.
Helped her?
Come on in.
You know who helped her?
God and
people who benefit
the guy's
from white
trolling.
supremacy.
He's just trolling.
One of the things
it's a lie. White supremacy.
People who benefit from white supremacy.
You hear this
One
again?
of the things
it's a lie. White supremacy is a lie.
No, sir,
It's
that's
a
simply
lie.
not
There's
true.
no such. I mean,
If that were not the case, then we wouldn't see the continued effort of colonialism and white people placing themselves in positions of power when they do not have the power.
Because their culture, black culture, is toxic. The black culture is toxic. We have produced a culture that is toxic. And let's get on the fact that there's no fathers in the black home. Let's talk about that.
Stop.
Let's talk about that.
Stop.
Let's talk about that.
None of this is gonna work if y'all are just gonna sit here and make up shit.
It's
not gonna work. No, a debate has to be in facts.
You're putting off emotional liberalism right now.
I am not putting off emotional liberalism. You're putting off unfounded lies
That's what y'all
based
do. Y'all
in
start saying
conservatism.
misinformation. Remember they did the misinformation thing all summer where everything conservative did. They said misinformation.
You're carrying a chain around your neck of an apartheid nation that
then she throw another attack now on him.
Actively wants to harm black people and non-Jewish people.
Time out. God dang it. The dude went to Israel and had a coin, and he wore it around his neck because he liked the coin from Israel, which is where Jesus came from. So if you're a Christian and you have any admonishment of the land in the state of Israel, somehow you're a problem. Then this woman said an apartheid state that actively is against black people. You can't be that stupid. What does Israel got to do with black people? I was in Israel. Ain't nobody had nothing negative to say about me. What are we saying here? Anyway, let me let her finish. Apartheid state. Shut the front door. Roll the clip.
Let me bring it back.
Let me bring it back. Selling black people in Africa.
That was not happening in the context that you're saying.
What context other than black people selling their own in Africa? And today you're not going back to Africa and say, no, you have to pay reparation for what you did to our grandparents. And the question that is there, who's to pay who? Who's to pay reparation to who? Who's to pay who? So it's like, actually, literally what it means here is that also what the Kabula, the Kubala people are saying, this land was stolen from us 400 years ago. So now we're claiming it. And also what's happening in South Africa as well today, this black mentality is crazy, These things of the songs like kill the poor, kill the poor, kill the farmers, The same things like, you guys stolen our land when you conquered us, or you stolen our land when you would sell us a mirror for a land or chocolate for a land, and now you come and say, like, I want to get my land back. But you don't own to the fact that because of a lack of understanding the value of what you have, and you gave it freely. When somebody conquers your land, you cannot come back and start fighting it back years later and make the children of the person and say, you have to pay me for the land that was taken away from me. It doesn't even make sense, really doesn't make sense. And then the same people running around in the US, they say, this is a stolen land, this is a stolen land, they were stolen. I'm like, do you understand kingdom, how kingdom work and how kingdoms expanded themselves? It is being done throughout the sanctuary. Come on.
And they were selling their own people. Black people still sell their own people today, too, by the way.
I don't know if I'm going to last.
We're selling our own people today,
I don't know if I'm going to last.
And those are threats, things like, I don't know I'm going to last. What she mean by that is like, I'm famous, I'm this and that. So if you guys do not agree with me, do not do what I want, I'm going to leave, I'm going to go. And apparently she's been doing it throughout the whole event, the whole filming.
Black people still sell their own people today, too, by the way.
I don't know if I'm going to last.
We're selling our own people today,
I don't know if I'm going to last.
You probably won't last with me.
I won't, because your ignorance is so overwhelming.
See, that's liberals. Y'all start name-calling when y'all getting defeated in an argument.
You won't have an argument because you keep cutting me off.
Oh, well, that's fine. If they don't let me come back on, I made my point.
That's what she does as well. She cuts everybody off, and when you cut her off, she complains. I'm like, Mom.
You didn't make your point.
I made my point.
You haven't made your point. And let me just tell you about your point.
Indeed.
You started off saying, we believe in hard work.
Yeah.
And we believe in being compensated.
Reparations is not, though. Reparations is not hard work. It's stealing. It's Robin Hood.
You said you believe in hard work.
Yes.
And you believe in being compensated for hard work. Were
Robin,
slaves compensated for their work?
They weren't compensated for their work. But why
whoa.
Slaves compensated for their work?
You hear that question? In the studio, do you get what she's saying? Was slave compensated for their work? But what we need to understand here, beloved viewers, is that being a slave, it was a lawful act then. Though we may not agree with it today, it doesn't change the fact that then, during that time, it was allowed. Black people owned slaves. All over the world, people owned slaves. And the slaves, they were not receiving payment as if they were in employment. Their payment was the mere fact that they had a roof over their head, and they had food, and they had their life. That was the payment of a slave. I'm not saying it's good, it's okay, but that's what it was then. Later on, it was fought against, was changed. So you cannot go back and say, you know what, because slaves, it's almost the same like a prisoner. You cannot go and say the prisoners who have been working to build this highway, to do this, they were not compensated for their work. Of course not. Because it is not the same labor force as somebody who's employed. You are a prisoner. So it's a privilege for you to do this instead of remaining and being rotten in prison. So you are given activities. So
they weren't compensated for their work. But why should people who are sitting at home playing video games, smoking marijuana,
are you sitting at home playing a video game? Are you sitting at home playing a video game?
The people that they're wanting
Am
reparations
I sitting at
for,
home playing a video game? No.
The people
and
they
I don't
want
know
reparations
I don't
for.
know who these people are that you're talking about, because the majority of the black community is not sitting.
The argument that slaves didn't get paid is the stupidest argument ever. They're slaves. Slaves don't get paid for their work. Their payment is survival. All of these different things that black people get, that's a form of reparations. And you know, anyway, I could keep going. I mean, here you go. Somebody said you are wrong, slaves were paid. Yes, some slaves were paid, right? Harriet Tubman had a job. She was able to work and be a slave, and she was married. Harriet Tubman was not getting paid. I mean, so there are some people that were slaves that weren't getting paid, right? You're not going to get paid as a slave. You have nowhere to spend the money. You are somebody's property.
Done. Case closed, guys. Case closed. I rest my case. So basically, there's so much to talk about reparation, but I'm not an American. And because that's the same attack she threw at this young man. Let me just show this young man. Yes, I'm an African, but I'm not even an African, not an American. I'm a kingdom citizen. So there is an attack that she threw at this young man. There's a video where she threw an attack at this young man, and I found it so immature, so childish. where she asked the young man where he was from. She found out the young man is actually from Angola, who was born in Angola with a parent, lived in the US for a long time. And then she told him, but you have nothing to say about this issue because you're not American. The young man looked at her as like, this is how liberal act, really. Because when you lose an argument, you start jumping into personal attacks. I'm like, I'm black. You are not, he's not an American, he's the black, so he's not a black American, that's an argument. And then when it suits you, you're wearing the costume, African attire, now you want to represent as a black American descendant from Africa, when it suits you. But then you have a real African in front of you, instead of showing them even respect, you being a borderless person, and they being at least, say in Africa, you want to act like, no, you are not a true black American. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It never makes sense. It never makes sense. So, guys, let's just close this segment because I just want to close it on a high note. I want to close the segment of today. Let me see. Do we get everything of today? Yes, we dealt with the victim mentality and we dealt with reparations. So now, in the glory of today, our viral video segment today, and as we're going to play this video has hit about 1.2 million views on TikTok. That's super, super, super good. Really doing good. And I just want to share it with you guys as we end this segment so that we can end the segment on the high notes, okay? Let me see. Yeah, let's just play the video and then I'll comment later.
That says what on there? This says ship to Jemiran Baker and the address. Have you been ordering something off the internet?
No.
Off the TV?
No.
Jemiran. Why did this says ship to Jemiran Baker? What is this?
I don't know.
You open it. Here. Does that have my name on there? No. That has your name on there. You open that. Hurry up. Buying stuff off the TV. I'm gonna wear your butt out.
The boy's in trouble.
The heck? Open this thing. You ain't ordered nothing off the TV.
No.
Why does this have your name on it then? What is this? What is that? Open that up. What is that? Take that out of there. What does that say? What is that?
What?
What is that? What is this? Read what that says.
Happy 8th birthday, love, Mom. Thank you.
Got him!
Got him! So that's powerful, right? That's how I love to end the segment of today. So guys, listen. Sometimes the best love comes from the people who knows you the most, you know? And this beautiful moment between the mother and the son shows us what really love looks like. Playful, joyful, and full of genuine connection. Why this matter in the world full of scams, politician divisions, and a culture chaos? This video reminds us of something beautiful in our society today. Family bonds that create joy instead of division. I like that. This mom didn't tear her son down. She built him up through laughter. She didn't really trying to give a gift like everybody does. She decided to make a little drama out of it just to make it even mean the most. She didn't create victim mentality. She created a memory that will last forever. And in Proverbs 17:22 says this: a cheerful heart is a good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bone. Let me repeat it. A cheerful heart is a good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bone. So you see, sometimes the most, the most powerful things we can do in a broken world is simply choose joy, choose love, and choose to build each other up instead of tearing each other down, to choose to encourage each other. That's why I love in the comment you say it's not about black or white, but it's about good versus evil. Indeed, it is all that, because the enemy's strategy is always to bring division among each other, to break you so that you could stuck in your own little island thinking you are alone and there's nobody there for you, nobody there to help you. But we need to learn to understand that we are in this together. We are a team. We form a solid front, a solid team, and that's how we're going to really overcome this world of today. You know, so just a quick, a quick summary of today's show, where we were able to see, what can I say? We were able to see a 20 years old build his own nation. And then we were able to look at leaders actually leading through fitness, through example. An African tribe claiming Scottish land, the Kubala land tribe, or whatever that is. Victim mentality, the viral video of this young lady trying to claim that a car that was parked crashed into her. And also a beautiful victim, beautiful, also the truth versus activism exploded in explosive debate, and a beautiful family moment that remind us what really matters the most. So guys, I really love this. And this is my mission to you for today. Your mission today should, my questions of today, I have like these 6 points. Should young people create nation when the government fail? Imagine young people have to create nation because governments fail. Will you take the Pete and Buddy challenge, the Pete and Bobby challenge, the Pete exits and a RF Junior challenge? What do you think about the kingdom of Kubala's land claims, and how do we balance historical justice with personal responsibility? And how do we restore integrity in the scam culture? That one is number 4. Number 5 is how do we balance historical justice with personal responsibilities? And when do you last create a joyful moment with somebody you love? When did you do that last? Find the truth in all the chaos. Remember that. Remember what that mom showed us today. Sometimes the most powerful things you can do is choose to bring joy instead of division, laughter instead of anger, and love instead of hate. Thank you for joining us to this episode. 2020 is getting weirder by the day. Make sure you subscribe, share, and keep choosing the glory today in everything you do. And remember one thing, that God loves you and Jesus is Lord. And before we end this show, we always want to end it with one word that says this. My name is Glory, and I approve this message. Really, have an amazing week. Have an amazing evening. May God give you great dreams. Thank you for connecting with us, viewers. I appreciate you all. Shalom. Bye-bye is wise.